So for today, we have another guest. We have William, and he's on our mastermind in Romania. So that's how we met, and that's why we are doing this interview in person. William is in a property business as I am, and then he has a lot of knowledge to share about what he does, but I'm not going to be speaking for him. I'll just ask him while he's in here. So, William, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Where are you based? What is it you are doing? So, our audience could get to know you a little bit more, and then, we'll start.
Yeah. So I'm William Griffin. I'm based in Cambridge, in England. So we're in Romania right now. So it's a bit of a distance from Cambridge. But
come on, the guy before was from Australia.
Australia, yeah.
So Cambridge is like,
yeah, not as far, no. But yeah, I mean, a bit about myself as well. So basically, used to do football. Now I do a bit of kickboxing as well. A bit of free time. Well, I say free time, it's not really free time, but trying to get it into there as well, just to kind of balance it out a bit, not just working constantly, as I have been. So, yeah.
And so the main thing what you are focusing on right now in business is what?
Yeah, so it's been basically deal sourcing really. So a main part of it as well. I've been calling them opportunities rather than deals, just for just kind of the sound of it. It kind of sounds like, when you say deal sourcing, it doesn't have the best of connotations with it. So I've been trying to call them like opportunities rather than that, just try and disassociate myself from that.
Yeah.
But the main thing I've been basically aiming for with deal sourcing is basically aiming towards social housing, rent to rents. Basically signed a few contracts with businesses, 50 units for social housing, another one for 7 units for service accommodation as well, some other contracts as well signed on as well. So quite a lot of them are just like one-timers. It was just like just aiming for the first one, and then just trying to build up.
So the one-timers, you mean the investor?
Yeah, the first timers is the investors.
Okay, and can you describe us like how the investor looks like? I don't mean visually, but like characteristically, because when I started in the property business in 2020, I always thought investor, when somebody says like, you need to have an investor. So can you describe us who investors are in general, like how they look like?
How they look like. So the main thing is about what I do is I'm aiming for deal sourcing and rent to rents. So basically what that gives you is a lot of time people don't have the money to actually put a deposit down to buy a house. So then I come in, find people rent to rents who rent the property from a landlord, but then using that to generate cash flow from that. So basically what they look like are usually people just starting their business, looking to generate cash flow from another income source. Just to have like income source really.
Yeah. So we have business owners, can be professionals, but basically the thing is they actually don't have a big budget, right? They don't have, 100K to invest in some big project on a house.
Yep.
So they probably have this 10 to 15,000.
Yeah.
It's not enough to buy the property, but it's good enough to do rent to rent.
Exactly. Yeah.
And with the good rent to rent, you can make very good cash flow, because I've done a lot of rent to rents. I've managed over hundreds of rent to rents in the past 4 years, and myself done a lot of deals myself. I still have some. And if you have the right deal, it generates good money. So why people should choose you as an opportunity sourcer rather than deal sourcer? It's an opportunity sourcer rather than someone else. Like why I go with William and I'm not going to go with, Susan. So what's going to be the difference experience for me as an investor, somebody's choosing to look for? Because you said like deal sourcer doesn't have that good name, and I know why. Maybe some people, they don't know why, but like why I would go with William. Apart from, he's from Cambridge.
So that's the first point. The first point. Anyway, the second point. It's basically, there's a lot of people that just start out and they come up with some deals that are maybe like they have 20 deals, 30 deals, but how can you know for sure that they're definitely ones that will definitely 100% work? That's why I ensure is anything that I find in terms of, comes to the landlord and make sure they're good with going ahead with a company like agreement, is that it has to make sure it has to work as a rent-to-rent for them to be paying me.
Yes.
It's on my reputation as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be coming to me with the expectation that I want to be finding them something that's going to make money. So if I'm not doing that, how can they be paying me 3,000, 4,000, whatever I'm even charging? You obviously go ahead with that. So that's pretty much the main part.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had a lot of people for example, because we had the management company for which William tells us a little bit as well. And then there was these guys, and they source deals. I don't think they do it anymore. I think they moved to Dubai. Maybe they are back now. I don't know. No, but they are not doing it anymore. And then they said, would you manage this property for our client? And then let us check it out. So we check the property, like regarding how it looks like and where it is. And it's like, yeah, it should be okay, because we later on, we realized that there's no point to be taking any deals, because if we take a bad deal, it's not going to work anyway, no matter what management will you do. And then they are blaming always the management company. So if many times I refused the deals, I said like, no, I'm not managing this deal, because I know they're going to be blaming the management company. But the problem was that it wasn't sourced properly, because the deal shouldn't ever be as a holiday let, for example.
Yeah.
And this particular deal that I'm talking about, we put it online, we ran it for a month. And then the landlord contacted us and they said like, what's going on? I was like, what do you mean? It's like, why is it on Airbnb? Why is it holiday let? And I'm like, no, because, it's a company let. This is what they said. And it's like, no, I never agreed on that. So the landlord never knew, because there was a letting agent, and the letting agent was doing the deals with the deal sourcers, to run it as a company let, but he never said the landlord. He never said that there are no normal tenants. Yeah. And then I'm like, what? So that would be one of the things which you need to be very careful with deal sourcing. Like if you, for example, go with William, so then one of the things you said, like, I'll give you direct contact to landlord, because you need to have a contract with landlord, and then this is legit.
Yeah.
But before, we would just take it as a management. So as a management company, my client is the investor. It's not the landlord. They have a contract to each other. Landlord I don't care about landlord as much. It's the investor. Like I'm managing for him, right? Like mentioning that, you have the direct contact with the landlord. It's very important.
Yeah.
And you also started with managing deals, right? Now you have some deals you are managing. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I mean, just following on that point as well, I always ensure that I've got full control of the whole process.
From Cambridge.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think that's a very important part as well, just having full control of the whole process, especially with managing it. So you know what you're getting. I know what I'm getting as well from that. For 2 properties I've managed on behalf of a client, one in Liverpool and one in Birmingham. Both of those performed pretty well. I've had those for coming to 2 months now, and they're performing pretty good on those. Then also setting up one in Cambridge as well. Also have a management property on an HMO. So basically that's direct to landlord as well. I'm managing on behalf of the landlord. That is kind of what I'm trying to aim towards in terms of management. It's just aim towards direct to landlord, but I'm still managing on behalf of clients as well. I've got a few people that are interested in doing that. So I aim to do that as well. But yeah, it's definitely, on my part, it's definitely important to have control of the whole process, especially with management. That's just saying, like, you've got to make sure you know what you're actually managing in the first place, because it's still your reputation, especially if you're sourcing on behalf of a client, and then you're managing it. That client's going to be expecting you, especially as a management company, to actually be making the money.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's on one hand, it's good to do management. On the other hand, it's challenging. Like I've done it, and I wouldn't want to do it again. Like, I just recently took it out of management after 4 years and something, just this January, so very recently. But for me, it was always the same kind of understanding. If somebody is doing, there was one of the things like this, how I was kind of positioning it myself. Like if there is doing someone just deal sourcing, So they either recommend me good management company they work with for a while, and they know they are good and they can show me the results. And they're like, yes, these are my clients, these are the results. Or they do the management, right? One or the other. Because a lot of these deal sources, which actually didn't work very well, I have a lot of examples, they wouldn't manage or they wouldn't recommend. They would just like sell me the deal. And then after like, now you're on your own.
Disappear.
And then I would pass to management company, and then the management company, it's not a really good deal. And then when I spoke with the deal sourcer, they would tell me like, yeah, they don't know how to manage. It's their fault. And then later on, it's the management side. If it's a good deal, it's actually not as difficult because like if you have a good deal, like we had a lot of deals in Edinburgh, like it books itself.
Yep.
You know, like people travel, tourists travel. So you just need to check the pricing, you know, make sure it's connected to price laws, and it just goes. It's nothing difficult, you know, apart of like when you have a lot of them guest calling, but you know, you can have systems. But if you have a bad deal, then you need to constantly look for those contractors or someone. You need to wake up, man. I'll have a simple pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me also about, like, okay, so you do the deal sourcing that leads to the management. Obviously, why have you come to the mastermind in here in Romania? It's the first time we met. Never met you. We are here together this is the third day. So why have you decided to come and be with a bunch of 13 people you don't know from different businesses and travel to different countries? Because like a lot of people, like I invite them, hey, come to a networking event in Edinburgh, and they live in Edinburgh. I was like, no, I don't have time. You know, for 3 hours networking event, like I don't have time. I have something else to do. And I ask them every month they have an excuse why not to come. But you travel to different country, 5 days in here plus 1 day each travel, so for a full week. So why?
Yeah, so there's a few points to that. So the first being, it's just being in a different environment. So I spend a lot of time just in the office, just working, and always in Cambridge really. So it's have a bit of a different environment. The other point as well is just to be around different people, around different business owners, and it's really just have a different perspective on the business and just have a different, see what I can basically implement into my business to basically improve it. Because I know there are a few things that I need to do. So to ask yourself and ask other people around what I could be doing to improve it as well.
Yeah, I think that, like when you mentioned, this is the most powerful things about these kind of events, like the masterminds, what we do, and also all different kind of events. It's the people in the room. Yeah. Because like when we do the hot seat where people share about their business and what challenges they have, so then you can listen and you absorb it. And even if they have a different business, the things are applicable to our businesses. So it's the same. So I experienced it myself as well. Like when I've been on a JT Fox event, it's called 1% of 1%. And that is 40 business owners. And he coaches you. It's a little bit different kind of a thing because he is the one who's coaching you. But then it's like 15 minutes, you know, with you there on the spot. And then you learn so much from the other people because they ask questions which you would never ask. They're on a different level. Somebody's here, somebody's making, 7 figures, somebody's making 8 figures. And they ask questions and you're like, what? This is a thing? And it really opens up the eyes of what is possible. Yeah, you said it very well about, the community. So is there any takeaway what you already took from the first 2 days and you are like, yeah, that's must, I'm going to apply that one? Or are you waiting for that moment yet? Because you didn't have your hot seat yet, so I know that. But like, is there anything you are like, that's I'm doing?
I mean, there are 4 things actually. There are 4 things. I mean, it's basically just have offer something a bit different. I won't say them just now, but they're definitely around 4 things I took from yesterday.
You don't want to say it to your competition?
I won't say that.
That's okay. That's good. It's good. Yeah. You don't want to, your competition, everything. It's like this room is closed, and then it's like we actually discovered some things for some business owners which they can do, and we said like, no, and your competition won't know what you are doing.
Exactly.
So that's important. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So where is it you are kind of seeing yourself in the next, I don't know, year or two? Like what plans do you have with those businesses or on your personal journey? Like, do you have anything kind of what you want to focus on and where you want to be? And And also tell me, like, why have you decided to do a business? You know, you are young. Why are you not as an employee somewhere at work? Like,
Yeah, I mean, one minute employee, I had 7 jobs, be 5 from all of them. So I had to,
you did around 7 jobs and what?
I had around 7 jobs and I got 5 from all of them.
5 from all of
5
them.
from all of them, yeah.
So there was like no other option then.
No other option, no. So I had to. But yeah, it started probably around, I think it was around March last year. It was, I mean, it's definitely a hard time because starting a business is definitely the hardest thing. It's always the first step is the hardest one, even for anything, whether it's a gym, whether it's even running, with anything, they're always the first step is the hardest one.
Mm.
So it's, yeah.
And when you started with this particular business, how did you start? Like, did you do training? Did you just read a book and you're like, yeah, let's go for it? Like, what did you do? Because there's other people, they want to start a business, but they don't go. They don't. They're just overthinking it. So what did you do? Is there any steps you would like to share with us?
I did a training course with Kieran Conley. He was really good. He was really good. He's teaching the whole process of this is selling, going through how to actually deal source that, actually the process of it.
Mm.
So he was very good, very good.
Mm.
I mean, that's pretty much it. When I did that, I made the first sell off within a month.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's good.
But yeah, I mean, it was hard work though. It's definitely hard work. So, yeah, I mean, I was up from like 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. every day up until, I think I started on the 5th of, it would have been 7th of March, made the sell on the 28th, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
So for 3 weeks, 9 a.m. till 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly just.
Do you remember how many calls did you do or how many properties have you viewed in the 3 weeks roughly?
In the time, I didn't actually view any properties.
Mm-hmm.
So I did all of it pretty much online.
Mm-hmm.
It was more just get people on calls. I'd do probably 4 or 5 calls a day. But that was with outreach of like 200 a day. And probably more than that as well. I mean, with any kind of business, it's all about volume. I mean, the only reason why I got the first sale of the month was because I did that volume.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always the first step, the hardest one.
And where do you see yourself in the next year or two? Do you have a vision?
Yeah, so there's a few things. I mean, I want to be focused on the deal sourcing part with property and also be developing my own portfolio as well with buying properties.
Mm-hmm.
Currently buying a couple up north in England. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that. Also still need to review it, but it's already started the process of that. Yes, that's pretty much aim for that. I just want to build the deal sourcing part really. The management would really just follow with that. I'm not trying to aim towards the management, but if there are landlords that are looking to, if there's the opportunity for it, I definitely will take on properties from landlords. But the main part is just aiming towards deal sourcing part. Opportunities.
And when you have a moment when you don't feel like it, like you know, day, or like you have found a lot of landlords and nobody is, excited or nothing's going on, and you are like, oh, you're in a not really good state. You're like, oh, fuck it. I don't know. How do you get out of that? What do you do when you feel down, and how you go back on track? What keeps you motivated? Why are you doing it? Like, is there anything which gets you going?
What keeps you going? I mean, if I wouldn't do it, I'll probably get benefits. So I kind of have to do it as one. Yeah, I mean, I'd be far from every job I had, so I definitely know it as well. I did actually do a tester as well. I literally just applied for some places just for a bit of fun. I wasn't actually trying to get a job, but I just tried it. I probably applied to like 20 places. None of them responded. But I was just like, I mean, there's no, yeah, that's pretty much the motivator. Stop me broke.
No, it's good. Yeah. Or another dollar. It's like, what do you have? Like chocolates? Okay. Okay. So let's just recap. So basically, motivation is to not being on benefits. Nobody employs you. Got fired many times.
Yeah.
Doing deal sourcing. Main thing that is with your scaling. Think already, put food in buying properties in North, going for viewing of them. To be honest, it's you sold few deals already in that space. The majority of the people who do training, they don't sell nothing. They sell zero. Like I've been so many people, I know that like nobody, like they try it for a month, two, they pay for the training, but they sell zero, deal. So the thing is that you sold, I don't know how many now, but it's very, it's good, so that's because that gives you the belief that, you can do it again and again. And the thing is like, it's very impressive that you are only 24 years old, right? A lot of people in your age, they are just like, party Friday, Saturday, and, like don't really care. So, and you are being ahead of that because now you are like, and you are here, like we have Friday, and then, we'll be working today with Saturday, and otherwise we are working. And then you are surrounding with people who are in business for somebody 20 years, 30 years, and you are learning from them. So it's very impressive, like what you are putting into yourself regarding investment money and time. So, like, have you seen it with some of your peers when you were growing up? Or I don't know, have your parents been like that? Do you have a brother, sister, or I don't know, some of your friends, they were doing something similar and you've seen them and you, oh, wow, that's good. I'll do it as well. Or how that started, that you went into yourself and, started educating and surrounding yourself with these people like.
Yeah, I mean, so how did it start? It started around when COVID started. So I was actually trained to be a chef at the time.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, I don't know. So not like it. It was around COVID time when I started thinking about, I need to be thinking about starting some business. So around that time, I was always taught that having a job was secure. So basically got fired from that job because,
of course,
because of COVID starting. But that it's basically, what's the question? Yeah.
Yeah. So, was there anybody who kind of motivated you to start? Like, was there any role model you saw, and you're like, yeah, I'll also will go into self education. I'll start working on myself because I have this kind of goals. Because
it was literally from when I got let go from a job when I was trained to be a chef. I basically saw that it's not secure to have a job. I was thinking about what kind of business got to start, and that's basically when I was basically looking at different industries I could get into. So I don't really know what kind of industry. I never started a business before either. Then I found property. I mean, when you're looking at other billionaires and millionaires, they have their main business, but then they invest their money into property. Even with the saying "safe as houses," right? So I was thinking about what kind of way how could I get into property with no money? So then I was kind of looking around to see how I can do that. And that's when around the time when I got into I was learning how to work with stocks. I got into the stock market and stuff. Basically, was understanding how business work, how different industries work, like insurance, quite a lot of tech industry work. Basically, looking through how each of these businesses work, especially banks as well. I was looking through how banks work, and basically realized that money's doesn't really have any value to it. It's all from. I'm sure I won't go into that, but that's another topic. So basically what motivated me was kind of understanding of if I was to have a job, I suppose it's kind of understood that the money didn't really have that value when I was working for the money. I was working for something that can print off the screen. Yeah, that was definitely an eye-opener when I basically found that out. So that's pretty much been my motivator, really.
Yeah, for that, I can just only say, like, if, people would like to find out more about think out how money works and, what's like fiat currency and all these things, like, there's one of the great books that I read a long time ago by Robert Kiyosaki. It's called Fake. Yeah. So it's about fake money, fake teachers, and fake something else. And then it was really good to, like, eye-opening. That's why Robert Kiyosaki invests in deals. And he's saying, like, yeah, debt is money. Like, money is like a debt, and then use it, to your advantage, because it's not real. So if you can use that to have real assets like property, then you are winning the game. So it's perfect. So yeah, William, it was very good having you. Thank you for sharing everything. We'll put your links in the descriptions if people if they want to book a call with you and speak with you, if they have any questions regarding deal sourcing or management. Just want to clarify, like, I don't think it's like you operate only in Cambridge. So if people have deals all over the UK, you basically, feel free to reach out to William. He'll be more than happy to have a call with you, right?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I mean, I do a lot of work around the whole UK, so mainly around London and around the south, but I do some opportunities in Manchester as well as Birmingham as well.